have Hickenbottom at left guard, Rockmore at right guard, Tovar Allen at right tackle. So similar faces we know, but in new places today. How important is it for this line to gel very quickly and establish the tone?
Well, it's not like they're doing something that they haven't done before. You know, but I thought last week with Love playing at the left guard position, it made us a better offensive team. You know, like Coach Barlow said, that they put
there's a big run by Cyrus across the 40. It's a foot race.
Good play.
Brought down at the 31-yard line. Big run for Cyrus and a great play to start the game for the Hornets.
Yeah, big run. A little inside zone, and it looked like we covered about 60 yards on the play. And I thought he was going to go the distance that time.
Big game for Cyrus, the reigning SWAC Offensive Player of the Week. Off to a great start for the Hornets. Duhart throws out to the right flag. Caught across the 20, across the 15. First down for the Hornets. And looks like, is that DeMario Bell on that catch? It is. Good to see him get the ball, Ricky, as we talked about. First down for the Hornets.
Well, they moved him to the inside slot. It went trips right and put him in the inside slot. Got a little mismatch problem.
1st and 10 from the Valley 15. Duhart again throwing right, incomplete. Off the hands of Jameer Hanna. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, I think we're going to have a very good game today. Valley look a little slow up front, and that don't bode well for them, you know, because we pretty athletic up front on the offensive line. I'm looking for Malcolm Cyrus to get the ball here.
2nd down and 10 from the 15. Cyrus gets the ball across the 10, inside the 10 to about the 9, setting up 3rd down and 4 for Alabama State.
And by the way, that run that Cyrus just got, it just moved him in 11th place or 10th place ahead of Dietrich Messingale, all-time leading rushers at Alabama State.
A guy you know very well, one of your teammates.
Yeah, played with me. Hollywood, we called him.
3rd down and 4. Trips to the near side. Duhart will audible. Still plenty of time, 14 on the play clock. Takes the snap. Looking right. End zone. Incomplete. Tried to get it to Barnes in the far side of the end zone. It'll be 4th down and 4. We'll see how the Hornets play it here. No sign right now of the kicking game coming on.
I mean, it's early in the game. We might as well go for it. I mean, Cyrus has gashed them on the 2 runs that we've had thus far.
It appears we have a flag on the play. We'll be holding versus the Hornets, so that would back us up 10. That'll make it 3rd down and about 14 from the 19. So another chance for us to gain the 1st down, perhaps get into that end zone. I always like 7s more than 3s. 7s win you games. And it'll be good to get a quick 7 here to start the contest. As we're 13:40 remaining in the 1st quarter, no score. Hornets on their first drive of the ball game. Thanks for joining us here on BamaStateSports.com as Duhart takes the handoff. Throwing to the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown, Alabama State. And Ricky, you called it.
Yeah, I mean, Coach said he was gonna make sure that DeMario get the ball, and what they did, they moved him from the trip side and they put him to the top side by himself. They had to split in.
Here that was actually number 80. Nehemiah Henry.
Nehemiah Henry. Oh, my bad.
Got the one-on-one matchup, but you called it earlier. You saw the release that he had on the corner, and perfect throw by Duhart to the back pylon.
Yeah, we had a matchup out there. We had a matchup situation out there. Yeah, Valley don't look very well comfortable in the secondary.
State lead 7-0.
Prior to the snap. False start.
So a false start against Valley that will back them up 5. That a lot of his coaching staff from Jackson up to the Delta. So a lot of continuity with that coaching staff. 3rd down, 14. 2 of 3
to
to the right, 2 wide receivers. Back to the tight end, back to the wide side, away from the bootleg, but he got pressure.
The middle. Touchdown for the Delta Devils as Davis runs it in from 4 yards out.
Unbelievable. I never thought they would be able to run that ball in on us, but they did.
Big special teams play for the Hornets defense will step aside. 7:48 to play in the first quarter. Hornets lead Valley 7-6. This is Hornets football on BamaStateSports.com.
Mississippi Valley State 6. Join ASU's 1867 Society and receive special prices and discounts at ASU events, among other membership perks. For more information, call the Office of Development at 229-4431. Gourmet Services Incorporated, a proud partner of Alabama State University. Please pull out your phone and text the word Hornets to the number 50555 to get just $10 now. When prompted, reply with yes to confirm the donation and have it added to your phone bill. Afterwards, when promptly join the community to continue the conversation. You can give more than once, so please take out your phone and text the word Hornets to 50555 to give $10 to Alabama State University. Message and data rates may apply.
Like the freedom to access and monitor your accounts anytime, anywhere with online and mobile banking. Real guidance and solutions from a Regions personal savings and debt review. Plus, at Regions, you'll get the awarding service people are talking about. It's financial control. Well, like you haven't had before. Wow. Unbelievable.
So Valley matches our scoring drive. Ricky, 10 plays, 85 yards, 5:40 off the clock. Big play at the end of the drive, a block PAT, and those points add up in conference games.
Oh, it's big. I was at practice this weekend. Coach McNeil, he kept stressing that these kids was blocking out. These two inside guys was blocking out on their PATs or field goal. And he said this week we would not run a sky, we would run a cloud, and we're going to block that kick. And it came true.
So both teams with touchdowns on their opening drives of the game. 7:48 to play in the first quarter. As Bell fields the kick at the 5. Across the 15, running right to the 20. Has some blockers across the 30. Flag on the play as Bell will go 95 yards, but will it stand? 95-yard kickoff return for touchdown, but will it stand? Does not appear to be the case. We'll see what referee Michael Marsh has to say.
Yeah, that thing opened up like the Red Sea just then. Untouched.
Was the blocking too good? Flag down at about the 35.
Mississippi Valley seemed to think so. They're lining up for defense down on the 25-yard line.
And officially it is holding against Alabama State, negating a 95-yard kickoff return for touchdown. And we've come close to breaking some kicks, so hopefully we'll get another chance as this game goes on. So that backs up the ball to the 25-yard line. And that's where the Hornets will take over. Duhart 2 for 3 on the first drive, 34 yards passing. We had the big run from Cyrus already, just 2 carries, 55 yards. DeMario Bell, 2 catches on the drive for 34 yards.
Yeah, that was a big kick return, but I kind of hope we don't get a chance to return anymore. Did we win the toss?
We did, so we have to kick off to open the second half. As we play here in the first quarter, pass caught by Gamble across the 35, eludes a defender near the 40. First and 10 for the Hornets. Good pitch and catch that time, and it appeared to be good recognition by Duhart. Just caught. Gamble got in the spot, connected for the first down.
Well, they're just playing simple 3-deep zone. I mean, it's an easy read for the quarterback. It's hard to play. Oh, great catch.
One-handed catch by Henry. Flag on the play in the backfield. We'll see if there's a late hit on Duhart. Pass complete to about the 44-yard line.
That was a great catch by Nehemiah Henry. Now, when Nehemiah Henry came here as a freshman, I thought he was going to be incredible. You know, he still has all the potential to be really a truly great receiver for us at Alabama State. You know, unfortunately, you know, we had some things happen and he had to miss the season, but right now he's seen to be our playmaker.
Came in with 6 catches on the game as Duhart was flagged roughing the passer against Valley that moves the ball to the Valley 41. First down and 10 for the Hornets. You mentioned Henry had 4 catches last week, and maybe this will be his breakout season to partner with Bell. As Cyrus on the run loses his helmet, flags on the play, and was it deliberate? I mean, his helmet's 10, 15 yards behind him.
Yeah, it looked like a face mask. That's an automatic 15-yarder right there, and he's going to have to come out of the game at least for one play because he lost his helmet. But back to Nehemiah Henry, I think he's doing a super job for us this year. You know, and he continue to do what he's doing along with Bell, and plus we got the freshman from Atlanta. And, you know, it's a great pass and come on for us.
So the Hornets benefiting from a pair of 15-yard penalties against Valley. Moved the ball to the 26-yard line, and by virtue of his helmet being ripped off, Cyrus can't stay in the game. First down and 10. Hornets go 3 wide to the near side. Off to another great drive. The second possession for Alabama State. Duhart in the slot throws low to Gamble, who cannot make the catch. Incomplete. It will be second down and 10 as we are just under 7 minutes to play in the first quarter of a 7-6 ball game.
Basically what Valley doing on defense is 3 deep. It's impossible to cover 3 deep versus the trip formation. It's virtually impossible. It's going to be pitch and catch all the way downfield.
3 receivers to the near side. Bell, the top side, handoff right to Cyrus. Trying to bounce outside. Is brought down for a loss of about 1. It'll be
with the carry.
third down and about 11 from the Valley 27-yard line.
Your strength, especially when you're running a spread set and stuff, because you run wide a lot and you throw the ball a lot.
Duhart buying time, throws down the field near the end.
I thought he could have ran. He could have run for the touchdown. The middle of the field just opened completely up.
And one of the things he's been good about is that decision making, and had Henry open but had too much. Is good. 44-yard field goal, and the Hornets lead by a score of 10-6.
Game day brings out the best in all of us.
Lemax Sports Medicine, proud supporter of
Regions. Every day is game day.
6 plays. 44-yard field goal as the Hornets now lead by a score of 10-6. And bad kickoff that time by Shepard. Kicks the ball out of bounds. So that'll give Valley the ball at the 35. And Ricky, 2 possessions for Alabama State, 2 scores to open the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, we look really good offensively, but like you said, we're going to have to stop them on what they're doing offensively. It looks like this team is very well prepared offensively. One of the things that I noticed on that previous drive, that they used a lot of motion, and when they use a lot of motion, that helps the quarterback recognize the coverages and also help recognize the, the defense overall. And I think that's helping, and we're going to have to, adjust to what they're doing.
Scott, the starter at quarterback, perfect 5 for 5, 68 yards. 4 of those went to Stafford, their big play receiver, for 67 yards on that first possession. So second drive for Valley, 6:10 to play in the first quarter. Hornets lead by a score of 10-6. And the cat and mouse game continues. Another new formation for Valley. Handoff running left across the 35. Big running back for Valley. They keep running players in and out. That time Dobson got the run for Valley. Gain of about 3 yards on the play. It will be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, that's a nice little set. We used to call it a gator set when I was coaching in high school.
Fade across the middle, caught. Hit the 50. Ball is loose. Will it be caught and recovered? It appears that. And route incomplete. So it'll be 3rd down and 7. Headlines from route incomplete right at midfield. So another big 3rd down opportunity. This will be a huge 3 and out for this Hornet defense if we can get it done.
And I noticed one thing too. They have thrown all of their passes to the right-hand side of the field. Have you noticed that?
Playing to the strength of the right-handed quarterback, Scott. 3rd down and 7 from the 38. 4 receiver set. As the side judge blows his whistle.
This is the first warning for the Mississippi Valley State Band for play when the snap is imminent. First warning.
It appears to be a warning against the Mighty Marching Hornets with the drummers playing while Valley's on offense. One of the gamesmanship type things, want to make it fair for both bands as the Valley band makes its way into the stand. So there'll be another festive atmosphere anytime 2 SWAC bands get together in the middle of a SWAC football game. 3rd down 7. Scott scrambling, trying to buy time, under pressure, eludes the defender. Berry trying to make the tackle and does so at the 40, short gain. It'll be 4th down and good coverage downfield, which gave the pass rush time to get there.
Yeah, we needed that. About time to force them to punt the football and give it back to the offense, which hasn't been stopped yet, which is a good thing.
So a big 3 and out for the Alabama State defense. Khalid Thomas back to receive the punt for the Hornets, kind of our Swiss Army knife. He's got 43 yards on 7 punt returns, a pair of kickoff returns for 18 yards. He's rushed 13 times for 95 yards and has caught 2 passes for 5 yards. He's back to receive the punt. First punt of the ball game.
Yeah,
for either team.
I'm looking for Thomas to break one any day. He's a courageous little kid.
He's got a chance here from the 21. Gets a block across the 30, across 35, spins out across the 40, and almost broke it right on cue, Ricky, to the 43-yard line. So a big return by Khalid Thomas.
And I watched him last week against Tennessee State. And one thing that just jumped out at me, he's got lots of courage. And he's looking for to make plays every time he touches the football.
First down, ASU from the 43-yard line.
I think they're going to pay big dividends for us later on in the season.
So 1st and 10 for the Hornets. 2 possessions, 2 scores to start the game. We'll see if we'll keep it going here on drive number 3. 5:01 to play in the first quarter. Hornets lead 10-6. Duhart fakes it wide open across the middle of his board, and he drops the football. Brandon Barnes thought about 6, forgot to secure the football, Ricky.
I mean, he just took his eyes off of it. But if we go back to the same formation, they basically didn't even cover the slot receiver to the top of the string. Matter of fact, they didn't cover the tight end either. He just took his eyes off of it.
A number of receivers running free, but we got to catch the football. Sure 6 missed that time by Alabama State. 2nd down and 10, short pass in the flat to Bell. He'll lose some yardage. It'll be 3rd down and long for Alabama State. And anytime you got a chance for a touchdown, you got to make the play. You got to make the catch.
You got to take care of the little things. Watch the ball all the way in. Make sure you put it in the bucket before you start to run. He just took his eyes off of it. Yeah,
and Barnes, the big 6'4", 230 tight end from Phoenix City, would love to have that one back. As it stands, 3rd down and long for the Hornets. Duhart throwing deep down the field. Can Bell get there? Nearly made a tremendous catch in and out of his hands. And they tell you anytime you get your hands on it, you should catch it. But a great effort for Bell, who sold out. But unfortunately for the Hornets, incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, he's gonna be all right. The effort was there. You know, if you touch it, you need to make the play. It was a great throw by the quarterback. That's all you can do is put it in his hands. But that goes back to the play, before with the tight end dropping the ball. But
So Clark on for the punt.
Uh-oh.
Near side, not a good effort. We'll see where the officials rule it. We saw it go out here at about our 40-yard line. The line of scrimmage was the 38. We'll see where they mark it off officially as the head linesman continues to make the walk.
45 right there.
He'll stop at the 44-yard line of Valley, and that's where they'll play it. 4:11 to play in the first quarter as the Hornets lead by a score of 10-6. Make sure you're on campus tomorrow. ASU Soccer will take on Jacksonville State at 1 p.m. at the ASU Soccer Complex. And also Tuesday, the ASU volleyball team will take on Jacksonville State at 7 p.m. in Lockhart Gym. So 1st and 10 from the 44 for the Delta Devils. 3rd possession for Valley as we lead 10-6 in this SWAC opener for both teams. Scott showed the fake, kept it, brought down behind the line of scrimmage by the big man, Roderick Henderson, better known as Ghost.
Yeah, Montgomery kid. Ghost is special. I mean, he really loved the game of football. You can see it every day when he comes to practice. He is so excited.
And a very sleek, if you can say that for Ghost, lost about 30 pounds to get himself in the position to play more snaps as it's 2nd down and 15. And we have a flag on the play, false start against the Delta Devils. So that will back them up another 5 yards.
Offense, number 50, 5-yard penalty.
3rd penalty of the ball game for Valley. So a great chance once again for the defense, now ahead of the sticks at 2nd down and 20.
Yeah, both teams kind of struggled the last couple of times they had the football. Both teams started out absolutely great the first 2 times they had the ball. So
Stafford goes in motion to the left. Throw across the middle, incomplete behind the receiver. Number 86 that time. Brooks, the tight end, the 3rd down and long for Valley. 3:12 to play in the first quarter. Hornets lead 10-6.
Yeah, Mississippi Valley is basically living off that curl flat read. They're doing it several different ways. They ran a double out then, but basically it's a curl flat read. And you playing against zone, it's almost pitch and catch. You don't get pressure on the quarterback.
So 3rd down and 20 for the Delta Devils from their own 34. Hornets will rush 4. Scott rolls out, trying to buy time, does so, caught by Stafford, who's on the move across the 45, across the 50.
Sure.
Ball appears to be loose on the field as he crossed midfield. We'll see who has it. At any event, is short of the line of game for the 1st down. He'll be about a yard or 2 short as Valley does recover the fumble. It'll be 4th down and short for Valley, who right now lining up to go for it on 4th and about a yard, maybe 2. Scott under center. Still 30 on the play clock. Trying to draw the Hornets offside. Hard count once again. Does a check with me on the sideline. We'll see how they play it. 20 on the play clock, and now the Delta Devils will call timeout.
Great job by the Hornets. Great discipline. You know, Mississippi Valley, you know, they came back to the ball like they was going on quick count, try to get a first down, but the whole intent was to try to draw the Hornets outside. Great job by the defense.
And how hard is that? Because you know, and the coaches all week, hey, we're trying to, you know, in fourth and short, quarterback's going to get up there because you played the position. Yeah. You're going to bark, you're going to do a little head nod, you can do a little head nod, and you see defensive coaches all the time in practice with, you know, Coach McNeil. Got the ball on the stick.
Yeah.
You know, he's counting. He's going that hard count, but trying to get them concentrate on that football.
Yeah, you got to watch the ball. That's a mark of a well-coached football team. I'm proud of them. That was a great job.
Get your tickets at the
ASU Stadium
ticket office.
So 4th and 2 for the Delta Devils, who now will line up in punt formation. 2:33 to play in the first quarter of a 10-6 ball game with the Hornets leading. Khalid Thomas had a big punt return the last time he got the ball in his hands. We'll see if he can break one. Once again, we had the 95-yard kickoff return for touchdown by Bell, negated by a holding penalty. So, and he bobbles the ball and kicks it off the ground. The ball is loose behind the 30, behind the 20, and brought down. And the ball is loose once again. Bear will scoop it up, and he will score from 17 yards out. And one of the craziest plays you will see, Alabama State scores. The punter literally dropped the football, tried to kick it on the bounce off the ground. Ball scooted, bounced back inside our 20. Barry finally picks it up and takes it to the house.
Yeah, that was a hilarious play. You just got through talking about the ghost. He was the one that blocked the kick.
So a great play once again. Special teams coming up big for the Hornets as Barry scores from about 17 yards out on a wacky play that works out in the Hornets' favor. Another big special teams play for Alabama State. The blocked extra point earlier after the Delta Devils touchdown, and now scoring, and now our extra point is blocked. So, and the ball is loose and can be returned for 2. Can Scott get there? He has a wall of blockers. 40, 35, 30. And the block kick is returned for 2.
I'm telling you.
And we've seen a little bit of everything in this first quarter, and now it's 16-8.
If I was standing here watching it, I wouldn't even believe it. You know, we get the punt off the ground, kicked off of the ground, it get blocked by a 300-pounder. We fix it up and run it for a touchdown, and then we give up the extra point block for 2 points.
We have seen it all. A lot of big special teams plays for both teams, Ricky. You know that third phase of the game is always important, but usually the one who executes the best in special teams will win. And right now we're trading plays on both sides.
Yeah, it basically looks like we've been doing the same thing for the past half of this quarter and stuff. You know, we punt, they punt, you know. We get a kick, they get a kick block, we get a kick block, you know, and just going back and forth. But, you know, I hope things get cleaned up. We got 2 minutes left in the first quarter, 16-8.
So we go from scoring on the botched punt attempt by Valley to go up 16-6, trying to extend to 17, get our extra point block. Delta Devils returning for 2, and now after that we do kick off to Valley. As you mentioned, Ricky, 2:17 to play in the first quarter. So Shepard with the kickoff, and will it stay in bounds? No, for the second straight kickoff, Shepard boots it out of bounds, and Valley takes over at their own 35.
You said it, Dwayne. Special teams, you got 3 phases of the game. You got offense, you got defense. Special teams is a must. And basically, in most cases, you got to win 2 phases of the game. You can either win offense and defense, or you can win defense and special team, or offense and special team. But you got to win 2/3 of the football game. And look like nobody wanted to win the special team part.
2:17 left in the first quarter here at the new ASU.
So Valley will take over from their own 35.
You know, we can't let this team hang around and gain confidence.
And that's one thing about Valley. It's hard, and then we talked to the coach about it. You know, how do you Tennessee State is a very sexy opponent, ranked top 15, top 16 in the country. and then you come back the following week and you play Valley, and you know the pitfalls of Valley, but how do you get up the same type way to take on a team? Although it is your SWAC opener and you're at home, it's still a tough get up emotionally.
Yeah, it's hard, but it started with the mental process, you know, at the beginning of the season. You know, they got to understand every day, every play. You know, me and Coach, you know, we was doing a Hornet Creed the other day coming off of the field. This is the beginning of a new day.
A new day.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to take it and use it to the best of your ability, and we got to take that approach.
Scott trying to buy time, trying to lose the defender. Chris Terry in the backfield does so across the 40, actually right at the 40. And Scott showing some elusiveness at quarterback for Valley. And clearly right now they have settled in on him being their starting quarterback going into SWAC play.
Thus far, he's doing a great job, really. You know, I like what I'm seeing so far.
Gain of 5, second down and 5 from the 40. Handoff, nothing doing that time. Big number 44, Davis, once again on the carry for the Delta Devils. Bottled up by the Hornet defense. Third down and 5 from the 40. 1:35 and counting in the first quarter of a 16-8 game. Hornets in front.
Third down and 4.
Valley 2 for 4 on third down plays so far in the game. Standard 3 receiver set, 2 in the backfield to the right. Scott looking right, trying to buy time, and is brought down by the tackling machine, as you called it, and SWAC preseason defensive player of the year, Courtney Berry.
Yeah, I mean, quarterback, he wanted to go to the little bubble screen out here, but we took it away with the corner out here. And he had nowhere to go with the football. It was almost like he only had one read on the play.
Fourth down.
So 4th down and 13, which means a punting situation. What will we see on this play?
I hope we see number 7 get the ball, because I think today is his day.
Khalid Thomas back to receive the punt for the Hornets. Catches clean, good boot by Duran as Thomas catches it at the 19. Makes a move across the 30, makes another move across the 40, across the 45, and knocked out in Valley territory at the 47-yard line. A big return for Khalid Thomas with 19 seconds to play in the first quarter.
He's a special ball player. He excites me every time he touches the football. If we could have got a kick return for a touchdown right there, that would have been a trifecta for the.
Well, we had one, but it got called back, so maybe we'll get another shot. As it stands, about a 33-yard punt return for Thomas sets up the Hornets at the Valley 48 with 19 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, we just take our time.
So 3 receivers set, 1 tight end. Cyrus the single back. He gets the handoff and is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Appears that Jaquiso Moss, big defensive tackle, makes a play on what should be the final play of the first quarter, and it is. We'll go to break. Hornets lead by a score of 16-8. This is Alabama State football on BamaStateSports.com.
The score at the end of 1, ASU 16.
Everybody wants more financial control, but it's not always easy. At Regions, we have the tools and expertise to really help you find your balance. Like the freedom to access and monitor your accounts anytime, anywhere with online and mobile banking. Real guidance and solutions from a Regions personal savings and debt review. Plus, at Regions, the awarding service we're talking about. It's financial control. Well, like you haven't had before. Wow. Unbelievable.
Back here in the second quarter, Duhart fakes the handoff, throws to the flat, incomplete. Appeared it was intended for Henry. It will be 3rd down and 10 from the Valley 48.
For number 80, Henry.
So 3 receivers to the near side. 1 on the far side, Bell on the top of the formation. 3rd down and 10 for the Hornets. As Duhart drops back looking for Bell. He goes deep, one-on-one matchup. Can he run under it? Incomplete as Bell is overthrown, or Duhart overthrows Bell, but he definitely beat the cornerback in single coverage.
Yeah, that was a great play. One thing, as long as he don't throw an interception, it's still a good play because they're going to open up other things for he's going to be able to get the comeback, the curl, or either the dig, And I keep pitching it to him. I'm telling you. Because he's on top of the corner almost every time.
So 4th down and 10. Hornets will punt with Clark in punt formation. Valley with 2 back to receive the punt. Good boot by Clark. Fair catch is called for and made at the 13-yard line. And kick catch interference versus Alabama State.
Another special team boo-boo.
You just cannot run into the defender, especially after calling fair catch. Here's that Willie Roller ran into the Valley returner.
Alabama State, 15-yard penalty.
So that gives Valley plus 15 on that. They'll take over 1st and 10 now from their own 28-yard line. Just underway here in the second quarter. Hornets lead 16-8.
I think we need a turnover right here. We need a turnover right here.
Scott has gone all the way at quarterback for Valley. Redshirt sophomore from Mound Bayou, Mississippi. One of 4 quarterbacks that have played for Valley in the first 2 games. He has been the guy to this point. 4 receiver set this time. Little wing T action. Handoff up the middle. Short gain on the play. And Comegy pulling out a lot of things in the playbook, trying to cause some misdirection to create a running lane for his running back.
Well, basically what he did then, he brought the slot receiver in motion, what we would call ping motion, and they basically ran what they call dive option to the bottom of the string, basically 12 veer option, which is a great play. I think they're going to come back to that too.
So they're trying to spread us out once again. 4 receiver set, single back offset to the left. Scott looks right, throws right, and looks to be low and ruled incomplete. Umpire says the ball hit the ground. It will be 3rd down.
Scott's pass.
So 3rd down and 9 from the Delta Devil 29-yard line.
3rd down.
And they'll stay in that 4 receiver set. 2 receivers to each side. Off running back offset left. Scott drops back. Once again looking right. Backside pressure brought down for the sack. And great defensive pressure that time for Alabama State.
Antonio Humphrey.
As number 98 for the Hornets. Antonio Humphrey with the big sack.
Yeah, we needed that play. Because the previous play before, he had 85 running down the middle of the field wide open, but the quarterback didn't see him. That was, thank God of that.
And that punt is shanked far out of bounds, maybe about 17 net. We'll see how they rule it here, but the Hornets will have great field position when we return. This is Hornets football, as Hornets will have 1st and 10 of Valley 35. You're watching Alabama State football on BamaStateSports.com.
Game day brings out the best in all of us. At Regions, every day is game day.
So a penalty during the timeout gives the Hornets 1st and 10 right at midfield. Duhart throws right, throws high, catches made at about the 45, 44-yard line. Good job that time by Nehemiah Henry. Another big catch, 2nd down and 4 for the Hornets. Handoff, Cyrus running right across the 40, 1st down, Alabama State.
Yeah, we need to punch it in right here. I'm just watching the body language of the Mississippi Valley kids. They seem to be gaining a little confidence. We need to take it out of them right now.
So a 1st and 10 for the Hornets. Bunch formation all the way to the near side of the field. One-on-one up top. Fake to Cyrus across the middle. Catch made by Henry. Across the 30, across the 25, inside the 20, and Nehemiah Henry having a big first half for Alabama State.
Henry.
Yeah, he becoming that guy I thought he would be. You know, he right now it look like he got about 5 catches.
It's off to a pretty good start now.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from right at the 20-yard line. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Cyrus running right across the 20, gain of about 2. 2nd down and 8 for Alabama State. We're here at New ASU Stadium. Hornets lead Valley 16-8. Dwayne Lewis with former quarterback / wide receiver Ricky Cotton.
I'm going to tell you right now, I like to see the quarterback to keep that ball on that read, but he going to have to carry out his fakes when he hand the ball off to the running back, because I think he can walk in the end zone right now, a la against Tennessee State.
Big 30-yard touchdown run last week for Duhart versus the Tigers. 2nd and 8. Duhart trying to buy time. Gets outside. Across the 15. Near the 1st down marker. And right on cue once again. Duhart makes a good decision. Gains almost enough for the 1st down. It'll be the 3rd and short, the 1st and 10 for the Hornets.
Yeah. I like to see us go to that zone read right now and walk into the end zone.
I'm going to put it down. It appears to be 3rd and short from just outside the 10-yard line. Cyrus with the ball, trying to find a hole. Gets enough for the 1st down to about the 8. 1st and goal, Alabama State.
Well, we need to punch it in. We need to punch it in, get the extra point, and give us 23-8 lead.
Timeout. Number 58, Mississippi Valley State must leave the game for 1 play due to a summit.
The Valley player has to leave for 1 play. Period number 58. Ladarius Hooker has to leave for 1 play with the helmet infraction. 1st and goal from the 8 for Alabama State. Duhart running right, trying to find an opening. He is brought down the 20-yard line, and you know all too well, Rick, you cannot take a sack in the red zone.
You got to throw it out the back of the end zone.
Mississippi Valley State.
You know, you got to throw it out the back of the end zone. You know, that's one of the things that you should practice every day at practice, as well as completing passes. You got to also practice throwing away balls. You cannot take a sack in that situation.
Second down and goal now from the 20-yard line for Alabama State. Just under 11 minutes to play in the first half. Hornets lead Valley 16-8 in the SWAC opener for both teams. Valley showing blitz, now drops out of it. Duhart looking left, throws to the end zone, wide open, but overthrows Henry. It'll be third and goal from the 20. And one thing about it, Ricky, our receivers are winning the battles, but Duhart just a little bit off on the deep ball so far in the ball game.
Yeah, we just got to keep winging it. He just got to keep winging it. You know, he'll figure it out. I mean, he started out like that last week. You know, once he settled down, you know, it'll come.
Third down.
So two receivers left, one right, tight end offset left. Third and goal, Duhart moving to his left, across the 20, across the 15. Will go down just shy of the 10. Gain of about 9. It'll be fourth down, but positive yardage to make this field goal attempt more manageable for Clark.
Well, here goes the adventure. Back to special teams. It's been an adventure today.
That it has. Clark with a career-long 44-yard field goal earlier in the game. This one will be from the left hash. About a 27-yard attempt. Kick is up, and it is no good. No good. So with 9:47 to play, Hornets lead 16-8. This is Hornets football.
First half, score ASU 16, Mississippi Valley 8.
Everybody wants more financial control. It's not always easy. At Regions, we have the tools and expertise to really help you find your balance. Like the freedom to access and monitor your accounts anytime, anywhere, online, mobile banking.
Visit www.alasu.edu/alumni to order your paper item today. Purchase papers by upcoming to be included in the installation during Homecoming 2014. Payroll deduction is available. For more information regarding this project, please contact the Office of Alumni Relations at 334-229-4280 or ASU alumni at alasu.edu. Get your Cynthia St. James commemorative inauguration painting today. Each of these is a numbered and personally signed print of this limited edition painting titled Opportunity is Here, ASU. For more information or to purchase, call the Office of Development at 334-229-4431 or contact via email at asudevelopment@alasu.edu. Jimmy John's, subs so fast, you're a freak.
So Valley takes over from its own 20, first down and 10.
Oh.
Good job, stacked for no gain. Good job by the Hornet defense. It appears that Darius Washington, perhaps the first on the scene for Alabama State.
Stewart on the stop for ASU.
Yeah, we had a perfect call on that time. He made him right in the hole.
So second down and 10
No gain.
from the 20. No gain on the play. As Valley once again changes formations. Four receivers, running back again, offset to the left. Scott has gone the distance for quarterback, at quarterback for Valley. Throwing right, diving catch, ruled incomplete by Stafford, who has been the go-to guy for Valley. 5 catches, 85 yards here in the first half.
That kid has been open a lot today. He's working really hard. I don't know whether he's going to hold up after for the duration of this game. They're going to have to give him some rest sometime because he done played every snap, and he's playing very hard out there.
3rd down and 10. Valley 2 for 5 in 3rd down conversions. Running back goes in motion. Scott.
Got him.
Looking right.
Wide
open across the 30 is Stafford. Breaks the tackle at the 40. Across to the 41-yard line. And that puts him over 100 yards, I believe, for this game, Rick. And he has been the go-to guy with a big play for Valley at the time that they needed it.
Well, it seems like Valley, they found something out on the film because every time they get that motion, they get that little waggle read, and the guy's just breaking clear. And there it go again.
Throwing out in the flat to the running back who slips down behind the line. He will lose a couple of yards. Was Dobson. Will lose about 2, maybe 3. It'll be 2nd down and long for the Delta Devils. 8.5 to play here in the first half. Alabama State leads Valley 16-8. Dwayne Lewis with former Hornet quarterback and receiver Ricky Cotton here calling the action. And Ricky has been a helter-skelter type game. He talks about Valley finding something in our defense that has been successful for them to this point. And now a different look. Option left. Scott will keep across the 40, brought down near the 45-yard line. Marcus Owens on the tackle, 3rd down for Valley.
Yeah, that was a great play right there. That's a hard play to defend out of any formation for any defense. You know, that speed option with the quarterback because he can also throw the football from there.
3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 from the 45. Scott gets the call from the sideline. Again, another 4-receiver set. Hornets rushing 4. Scott looking right. Now he'll take off. And brought down for little to no gain. Good pursuit by the Hornet defense. Looks like Marcus Owens once again leads the way for Alabama State.
Yeah, it was another coverage sack, too. He was looking for the inside slant, but it was way up covered by the slot defender.
So Thomas fields the line drive punt at the 19, across the 25, across the 30, running up the middle, across midfield, outside to the 40, spins and goes out at the Valley 39-yard line. Another big return for the Hornets with 6:45 to play in the first half. Alabama State 16, Valley 8. This is Hornets football.
Alabama State 16, Mississippi Valley 8.
Game day brings out the best in all of us.
Learning Office Solutions, a Xerox company, a proud partner of Alabama State University.
At Regions, every day is game day.
Service people are talking about. It's financial control.
Big run by Cyrus across the 35 after another big return by Khalid Thomas in the special teams game.
Yeah, we got to stick it in the end zone this time right here. And I think we can do it and use most of the time up in this quarter, you know, taking it to halftime with 23 points.
Gain of 5, second and
6:20 and counting here in the first half. Cyrus running left, tries to elude the defender. He does across the 30, knocked out near the 25. First down, Alabama State.
First down.
That was another great run by Malcolm Cyrus. I'm almost sure he should be up to about 100 yards now. And the first
114 going into that play now. In 10th place all time on the Alabama State rushing list, just surpassing Johnny Pleasant.
The Bull.
Intercepted off a tip ball. Ball in and out of the hands of Bell.
Pass intercepted by number 20.
So Valley with the turnover, the first of the ball game. We'll step aside. 5:57 to play in the first half. Hornets lead 16-8. This is Hornets football.
The Dramatics Guild, Secret Society Productions, and Time to Eat Records presents the Honest Back to School Jam 2014. Performing live is Future, Friday, September 19, 2014 at the Don Oliver Acadome Arena.
It's Future live September the 19th at the Acadome on the campus of ASU. For tickets, go to ASU box office or ticketreturn.com. For information, call 334-229-4100.
So the first turnover of the ball game negates a potential scoring drive for the Hornets, and you said it several times, Ricky. Valley hanging around.
Yeah, we cannot let this team continue to hang around. The one thing I keep noticing, their body language right now is better than ours. You know, I mean, I don't think they expect to be in this situation that they're in right now. You know, basically, you know, if they can go down and score, you can make the score 16 and 15. But we're going to need a stop for our defense right here. And we need to get the ball back. We need to put points on the board.
Because you want to establish momentum. We talked about it earlier. Valley gets the ball to start the second half.
Oh, yeah.
So a false start penalty, 1st and 15, backs them up to the 18-yard line. Hornets lead 16-8, just under 6 to play in the first half. Scott drops back, tries to buy time, loses the football, gets it back, still moving to his right, still running, flag in the backfield. Ball is thrown and caught, knocked out of bounds near midfield. Appears to be Stafford. We do have a flag on the play. Or as the press box announcer in Jackson would say, we have a marker. Flag moved up now to the 17. Michael Marsh, our referee, has been very busy this afternoon. Let's see what the call is. And usually when the referee throws the flag, Ricky, it is offensive holding. That's the case this time.
That's 98% of the time. Or either it's an offensive lineman with hand to the face. But we're going to have to do better. We cannot let the team continue to hang around. I cannot stress that enough. You know.
The ball all the way back to the 8-yard line. 1st and about 25 now for Valley. 5:37 and counting in the first half. Alabama State 16, Valley 8. Scott takes the handoff. Option pitch left. Fumbled, and scooped up and just falling on for Valley. As the running back, Crenshaw, did not hold on to the pitch.
Yeah, I mean, it really was a good play. It was more the quarterback. He didn't pitch the ball up. It had a good play then. But one thing we're gonna have to do, we can't play to the competition. You know, that's a mark of a good team. You know, you treat elephants and mosquitoes the same way. You know, and we got to get that mentality. You know, it's obvious that we are a much better football team.
But one thing about conference play is a chop block called against Valley. That penalty declined. It'll be 2nd and long. If you're going to be a championship team, you said it best. You got to play as a champion every time you take the field, regardless of the competition.
Regardless.
So 2nd and 25, once again, under 5 to play here in the first half. Delta Devils in the shadow of its own end zone. And they will take a timeout. 4:52 to play here in the first half. And Ricky, has been a lot of special teams blunders, a lot of plays made by both teams. But as it stands right now, with just under 5 to play in the first half, Valley is hanging around. We have not quite been able to separate ourselves from the Delta Devils.
Yeah, and both teams have had their moments on offense. You know, we've been able to move the ball successfully, but then we come back and shoot ourselves in the foot. And the same thing with the Delta Devils of Mississippi Valley. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm somewhat impressed with with Mississippi Valley, knowing their situation from the previous 2 years and things. You know, that I think they got a great scheme offensively. You know, they're just not as talented. You know, but we got the opportunity to, you know, to take this game and take control of it.
2nd and long situation coming up. How important is it to get this stop, get the ball back, and get some points on the board? Because as we've talked about, Valley has the ball to start the 3rd quarter.
I think it's utterly important, because one thing that I noticed is the body language of Mississippi Valley. Those kids are gaining confidence with every second that pass by when they're into this game, because they know it only take one play.
So 2nd and 25, maybe 26 from about the 7-yard line. Scott in the end zone. Throws right and incomplete. Intended for Trey Ford. It'll be 3rd and long for the Delta Devils.
This might be a plus for us, because they get a chance to kick the ball to number 7. And I just feel that he's going to put one in the end zone for the day over with.
3rd and long coming up for Valley. On the defense, hanging tough, has allowed just one touchdown to this point, as Valley once again, this time 3 receiver set, 2 to the far side, 1 near side, tight end, single back, offset right, as Scott, little shovel pass out across the 10 to the 11. Stafford makes the catch, but well short of the first down, and a big win for the Alabama State defense.
Without a doubt, and this might be our biggest offensive play just going out on the field.
Justin Mitchell on the stop.
And number 7. I mean, it was a big stop for us. You know, Mississippi Valley, their offense is not made to get 20-yard first downs. So basically, they were just trying to buy enough room for their punter. You know, it'd be a good thing as we get another bad snap here. That'd be even better.
Thomas, 2 returns, 65 yards, will get another shot here from the Valley 45. Across the 40. Running right. Across the 30. Brought down at the 27-yard line, but an 18-yard return. Hornets set up in great field position at the Valley 27-yard line.
Yeah, you said it earlier. We're in the red zone once again. We're going to have to do a much better job inside the red zone and punching it in. And that's another sign of a great football team. You know, you got to get that average up around 70% touchdown once you get inside the red zone to be a really great football team.
So Hornets at the 27 of Valley, just under 4 minutes to play here in the first half. ASU leading 16-8. Handoff to Cyrus, running left, trying to get outside. Flag on the play as he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Probably a holding call against the Hornet offense, as the umpire, Corey Long, threw the flag that time.
Flag on the play.
Indication is against Alabama State. Offensive holding.
Number 60. 10-yard
A rare penalty call against Damian Love will back the Hornets up 10. It'll be first down and 20.
Another self-inflicted wound.
So officially back to the 37-yard line. First and 20, 3:40 and counting in the first half. 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the near side. Bell in single coverage on the outside. Duhart looks right, keeps it, will take it himself across the 35, gets some positive yardage to about the 33-yard line.
It looked like a design call then. Quarterback draw. He didn't really set it up and let the pressure open up the play for him. But we did get positive yardage out of it.
Gain of about 5. Second down, we'll call it 15 from the 33. Fake throws down to the end zone. It is overthrown, and once again, Duhart just a little bit off. Too much mustard on the deep ball.
Yeah.
Duhart's pass incomplete.
We done missed some shots today.
We've definitely had opportunities, no doubt about that, particularly in one-on-one situations.
And just Bell alone, I can count 3 that should have been touchdowns. I think one of the things is he's trying to, throw the perfect pass. We don't need the perfect pass. We just want him to catch it.
So third down, officially 16. From the 33, line to gain is the Valley 17. 2:56 to play, and Alabama State, with 1 on the play clock, will take a timeout.
Alabama State University. It's their first choice timeout of the half.
Go ahead, Rick.
But we got to stay the course and things because, it's obvious that we run it down the field wide open. So we got to stay the course, keep doing what we're doing, and eventually we're going to make some of those plays, and we're going to make some of those plays, and I just don't think we're going to continue to miss those wide open plays like that.
When you have an opportunity to make plays, you definitely have to make them, especially against a team that on paper, this is a matchup dream for this team, but we're letting this team hang around. Only a 1-touchdown game with just under 3 minutes to play in the first half.
And you can't keep it close with a quarterback like that kid, because that kid is, he's a playmaker, and then the wide receiver, he seems to be the best player out there on the field right now to me.
Stafford having a big game.
Yeah, Julian Stafford. He looked like the most confident player on the field on both sides of the football.
And playing that way, 8 catches, 140 yards in the first half. As we take a look at a lot of the ASU student athletes wearing the Keep Calm and Repeat shirts, the Hornets trying to repeat as Commissioner's Cup champions. Third down, 16. Duhart will throw it deep once again, and this time it's caught by Bell at the 1-yard line. First and goal, and that time he threw it where he had to come back and stop for it and made the play.
And that's what we just got you talking about. He didn't have to throw the perfect pass.
But give your receiver a chance to make a play.
That's all he got to do. That's a great play by Bell. Come back and attack the ball at his highest point.
Handoff. Cyrus stopped in the backfield. It'll be second and goal.
We run a little inside zone right now, but if the quarterback keep the ball on the inside zone, he's going to walk in the end zone.
So we sub out Henry at receiver, bring in Barnes, the tight end, getting a little bit bigger. Handoff, Cyrus. Actually a fake by Duhart. Does he reach the goal line? He does. Touchdown, Alabama State.
Touchdown Hornets.
And again, made the good read, had just enough.
Yeah, just enough
to break the line for a touchdown.
They've been giving it to us.
Cyrus with the score. Try for the extra point coming up.
They've been giving that to us all day. Earlier, the quarterback, he was handing the ball off, but he wasn't making a read. And I thought if the quarterback keep, we'd be able to walk in the end zone. Because nobody is checking the quarterback, especially when we run the outside zone. That was inside zone read right there. But when we went the outside zone read,
it's good.
Quarterback can walk in the end zone, and we have another flag on the play.
Extra point was up and good. We'll see what the penalty is. Appears to be holding versus Alabama State.
Holding. Number 86 of the Thicky team. 10-yard penalty.
That indeed is the call, holding on Wendell Archie, the tight end. And that will force us to re-kick as the excitement of special teams continues here in the first half.
That was a big touchdown. We needed that. And you look at the body language of the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils, it's changed with the touchdown. You know,
now a 30-yard extra point.
Preseason in the
same result, and the kick is good. So Hornets extend to a 15-point lead at 23-8 with 2:15 to play. And Ricky, I think you said it best. That was a big touchdown to try to reestablish momentum for this team going into halftime.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, because that team was getting very comfortable over there, and we had to take them out of their comfort zone with that touchdown. And it does a lot for our psyche. You know, we'll go in at halftime if we get a stop here. You know, we just can't take for granted that we're going to stop this team because, like I said, they've been moving the ball, you know, efficiently enough to go down and get a field goal or a touchdown. We can't afford to do that.
Stafford has been the guy for Valley, 9 catches in the first half. He's on his way to a monster game. What can we do defensively to try and slow him down?
Well, I noticed that we've made some adjustment against their motion. You know, we've been shipping out against their motion, but we start out basically trying to play 3 deep against it, or sometime with Coach. We talked to Coach about it yesterday, Tampa 2, and that was giving the slot receiver basically uncovered. You know, and it's what they call a waggle read is basically what they're doing.
So Shepard to kick off for Alabama State. Keeps it in bounds this time. It'll be fielded right at the goal line. Returned across the 10, near the 20, and brought down as Crenshaw on the return for Valley. Good coverage by Alabama State. Valley will start just inside their 20. 2:06 to play. And what has been a first half of a lot of big plays, blunders, things of that nature, but most importantly, Hornets leading 23-8.
Yeah, we got to go and put this team away. You know, we got to, you know, Coach Barlow get the kids in at halftime. We got to reestablish our discipline and our focus and play up to the level that we are capable of and go and take this team out.
How important defensively are these next 2 drives? This drive and the first drive out of the locker room at halftime.
Very crucial. We cannot give up points here. We cannot give up points here. And, you know, the first drive of the second half is, you know, most people think it's the most important drive of any football game, you know, especially when the game is still in the balance.
Scott throws right. That pass incomplete. Second down and 10.
And this game is 23-8.
Second down.
You know, this game is still in balance. So it's going to be very important that we get a stop here, because if they go down the field and get a field goal, that's going to be a momentum boost for them.
Good pressure that time by Big Country, Justin Mitchell, 2nd and 10 from the 19-yard line. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Scott drops back, trying to buy time. Pressured by the Hornet defense, ball incomplete. Mitchell had a chance. Also, Marcus Owens coming from his linebacker position, 3rd down and 10. And now with 1:54 to play, Ricky, if we can get a stop, still 2 timeouts remaining, maybe we can put additional points on the board before halftime.
There's no doubt about it, because we just done watched 4 times. The Bell has been running down the field wide open on the outside on the go route. It don't take but 1 play, and I'm almost sure we can get a touchdown if we get the ball back.
So Valley comes back to a familiar formation they've been very successful in. 4 receivers, running back offset left.
Motion.
Once again, you called it going in motion. We'll see how they play it here. Scott drops back, once again looking right, once again, but Stafford this time cannot make the catch right at the line of gain, and we have let that young man run free. And fortunately for us, he drops it. We get the ball back and save the timeout with 1:50 to play.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, it's the design of the play versus the defense. If you're playing a zone, a regular zone coverage versus that design, it's just hard to play if the quarterback make the right read. And basically, so far, the quarterback is making the right read, and it's just going to be there as long as you're playing zone coverage.
So Khalid Thomas once again looking for a big punt return. Flag on the play, false start versus the Delta Devils. That will back them up 5, perhaps get us 5 yards closer.
Offense, number 81. 5-yard penalty.
Valley now, their 6th penalty for 75 yards compared to 5 for 85 for Alabama State.
And you were talking earlier about maybe we can get a touchdown. This might be our best play right here. Kick it to 7, 4-7.
Here's the punt. Thomas under it, fields it at about the 45. Eludes the defender. Across midfield near the 40, another good return. So Alabama State will have 1st and 10 from the Valley 41. 1:33 to play in the first half. 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, we're in great shape. With a minute and 30, I mean, you got 2 timeouts?
2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, we're in great shape. You know, they haven't stopped us at all. We've basically been stopping ourselves. You know, I think we can go back to that play we ran earlier with the tight end running down the middle of the field off of the zone read.
We know that we missed Barnes early on the touchdown. As you said, we have moved the ball very well in this game, and perhaps a big 7 here would be huge going into the locker room. What once was a 16-8 margin perhaps could be 30-8 at halftime.
Pitch and catch.
Throw across the middle to Gamble across the 25. 1st down and 10 for Alabama State. Good pitch and catch that time. Ball will be set at the Valley 23-yard line. 1st and 10, 125 and counting in the first half.
And we're going to have that all day with what they're doing on defense.
Cyrus, big hole up the middle. Across the 10, 1st and goal at about the 8-yard line. 2 big plays, Hornets in the red zone.
And now we got to cash it in. You know, we've been down there before and then cash it in. But we need to cash it in right here.
1:10 and counting remaining in the first half. Hornets 1st and goal from the Valley 8-yard line.
There's no need to panic. We got plenty of time, and plus we got 2 timeouts in our back pocket.
Hornets showing a bit of a pistol look with Cyrus right behind. And the Hornets with 2 big touchdowns. To end this first half, and now to 8.
But we got it, you know. It's like we talked about earlier. We got to come back out of here in the second half and treat the score as nothing and nothing.
Hornets open up a 30. to 8 lead with 2 touchdowns in the span of the team away. You get two touchdowns in the final 2.5 minutes of the first half to give you a 3-touchdown lead going into the lock.
We should be able to handle this team, but I cannot stress enough. We got to go into the
until halftime. Handoff up the middle. Second half action later to come. You are watching Alabama State football.
3, 5, 4.